But your team doesn't have it, and if you're
If
gonna have
you take the ball,
yeah, but if you have strong leaders on your team, the strong leaders on your team won't stay on the team that they can't give any input. They're not gonna.
I didn't say you couldn't give input.
Or I'm analyzing just how the dynamic is because I'm here because of your fire and your passion. I have the same thing. These folks already know me. I'm not playing with them at all. I'm for the trigger law. I'm for pulling the kids out. I'm for all that. I'm for marching. I'm for blocking the freeways. I'm down with all of that. So I haven't found a group yet here in Texas that has any, any chingasas to step up and get themselves organized and stop with the petty, two Martin Luther King ignorant folks. We fighting over Martin Luther King Day parade. Come on, y'all. We stupid in our own sight. This Martin Luther King, how can we have two Martin Luther King parades in competition? So they don't have to really fight because we fight ourselves over dumb stuff. You're exactly right. And so are you. And so are you, and you, and you, and you. So we can't leave this room, man, with this stuff. We got these people right where we want them.
Well, how did we get them?
From a lot of the work that you've already done.
Because I'm playing Belichick. I draw the plays up. Let me draw the plays up. And every single play I'm going to draw up, I know one thing. No matter what defense you put in front of me, is designed to work. You just have to execute it.
And so that's what's missing right now. I don't see a plan. I see California coming in and organizing. And I mean, I'm not from Houston, but one of the things that when you start talking about communities.
But guess what we have to do? You don't want the California people to come in.
No, I think they should come in.
They can come in, and we need to. Our problem in Houston, we don't know what the hell we want.
Thank you. You don't know what you need.
We don't know what we need. We don't know what we want. We don't know who's gonna lead us to the promised land.
And you're spending time fighting each other over small factions when a lot of us that come from other places come in and say, man, you're on worst enemy.
And that's the reason that some days a good coach has to walk away.
And that's why I agreed, and I'm not saying walk away, don't get me wrong, but I understood that because I know your passion. You're not going anywhere. You might just be on another team somewhere doing something different, and that's fine. And so we can't sustain, oh, he's not on our team, sitting at the table, we can't move. We need multiple teams, multiple people doing their thing. Because I know I can't spend my Saturday afternoons coming here for meetings like this, and I'm nothing.
I can't do it no more.
Because we don't need to. I love your fire and your leadership.
I can't do it.
See, I just met you. My boy Ted here.
I don't want to be a leader.
Huh?
I don't want.
But you are because you're here. And everybody's bringing something. Man, we got these folks. We got them. Here in A-Leaf, all across Texas. We got them.
You're right. We actually.
So we can't self-destruct.
So what I'm going to do a Jim Harbaugh. I'm going to keep coaching. I'm going to just coach a team that's going to listen.
And I said, that's
I need 11 football players. I don't need 2, 3 all-stars. I need 11 players that'll play exactly the way I want them to play. If you do that much for me, I'll walk into the Super Bowl.
So what is it that you want us to do?
What I want you to do is accept my resignation.
That's not being the quarterback or the coach.
Well, I'm going to accept your resignation.
I second that.
I would like you to sit down and I would like to listen to what you have to
Why
say.
should one person, why should we suffer for one person or two?
I'm just,
That's not right.
at this point, this group needs to have an idea of what they're going to stand behind. Is it the Achievement District? Is it Parent Triggers? Because it ain't finna be both.
We've already decided that.
No, we ain't decided shit. You got something on paper, show me you voted on it? Because every time we in a meeting, the shit keep coming up.
What do you want?
Okay, do you understand that the reason I mentioned Achievement District was because that's juxtaposed to us. If the state has superior power to what we have, we need to know that the state has superior power, and at any time, if their bill is passed, just like we're waiting for our bill to be cut to 2 years.
Believe in Parent Triggers?
No, I'm just wasting my time.
Do you really believe in it?
Well,
And I drove 35 miles to be here.
It's not the end all be all. The real power is
547
Yeah, from
people.
work. But what I'm saying is, I should not have to defend my position. I'm on a national trailer advocating for Parent Trigger, parent empowerment. Now, I would have to be ignorant, crazy, or both to have my face on the same video with you, advocating for Parent Trigger, and then say, oh, I really want you to go with the Achievement District. I really don't believe in parent empowerment. Parents should not have the right to reconstitute, restructure, and reprogram.
You just said it on video.
That's crazy,
That's crazy.
Gary.
So that means when I stand in front of Elma Allen, Miss Vice Chair,
Give it that look too.
and you saying you don't believe in this. Well, I got some documentation that you sent me. Yeah, I even got it on your goddamn legislators too. That'll contradict every fucking thing you saying, lady.
You talking about Elma Allen? Just make sure, cause we on tape. I don't want anybody
Don't
to
give a
think you
damn
talking
about Elma Allen or nobody in politics.
Okay.
What I'm telling you is what is our position? Cause it ain't finna be 3 or 4 different things. Because if you keep bringing that up to me, that's like if I cheat on my wife. She catch me. She say, well, okay, I forgive you. But every day she throw it in my face. Really, you didn't. You really didn't, because if you forgave me, you wouldn't be even bring it up no more.
Right.
That don't mean you forgot about it, you just ain't gonna bring it up. So my thing, if you keep bringing this shit up, you're straddling the fence to me. So what is it going to be? If we're gonna ride Parent Triggers, we're gonna ride it till the wheels fall off. So that don't mean I have to come to a meeting and explain this to you. You got a computer? Man, I'm on the road like this here with the phone all over the road today. Cause every ounce of my energy, I'm looking for the information. So if you don't know what Parent Triggers is, after 2 months of us talking about it, what team you really on? Some people just learning about this, but if you knew, if somebody asked you, what are the components? What happens if you pull the trigger? You should be able to quote them with like the back of your hand. If you believe in them.
Isn't that in that movie, Waiting for Superman or something like that?
That's just like people say.
I looked up the law.
People say the thing about the charters. It could be.
Because it's in
Well,
California.
according to my good friend, the doctor, Michonne Benson, all charters ain't a bad thing, Monroe.
No, they're not.
All charters are not.
But when you say I'm not for charters, what is it?
I will excuse myself at this time because I must say that I do not agree that charters is the solution for every school, every situation, every community, every student.
Agreed.
I do not agree with that.
I agree with you.
I agree with that.
Why are you excusing yourself?
Because I am not going to be a hypocrite and tell the leader here, Monroe, out of respect, that I will stand behind him with charters 100% of the time for every school, every student, every situation, and every student. I know I was redundant. I'm not going to say that.
Is that what you're asking her?
So we transparent?
I don't
Why you
understand
don't
what
like charters? Because I don't like them either. I don't like them either. But why you don't like them?
Okay.
What they do?
I don't like charters for every student. Now remember, I think I told you, my sister graduated from YES, which is premier charter, okay?
Right.
My sister graduated from YES when Chris Barbic was actually on the campus, when they started over here at El Mercado del Sol, okay?
Why you don't like
so
charters?
let me get to the point. I gotta give you some background. My children, my own flesh and blood from my own loins, went to a charter school called Medical Center Charter School, which is the sister school to St. Nicholas. So my children were able to get Montessori education that costs $1,200 a month, free of charge, okay? So when I say it's not good for every student in every situation, I meant exactly what I said. For students that are overachievers, for students that don't need 504 accommodations, they can be great. They can be exceptional. However, there is an element as far as public accountability that is not in the charter system, that is in the public school. There is a system of due process as I was stating with the teacher, she was like, well, due process is important. Yes, it's important, especially when you're in an at-will state. Due process is important for the teachers because that's their jobs. Due processes are important for the students because that's their education. Due process is important for the parents because they are in charge of that student and responsible for that student's education.
And you believe that?
Believe it, that's what it is.
Well, why in the hell can't we have it right now? Why we gotta be in the middle of the state capitol when all this is in place? We're in an at-will state. Let me see if I can get a
No,
little.
I'm talking about at-will employment. What are you talking about?
At-will employment. That means, let me see if I get this right because I'm just the dude that wear the t-shirts, but now I'm finna put on my intelligent hat. In an at-will state,
Make sure you get on the camera.
as long as you have a manual, as long as you have a manual, a rule book, you are bound by the rule book. No, that ain't true. Well, how in the hell
That's not
how
what I
do
was
I
about
win
to
an
say.
EEOC claim?
Excuse me, that's
I'm
not
not,
what
no.
I was about to say.
Let me finish.
What I was
No,
saying
let me
was
finish.
the due processes that are in place by the charter are not the same due processes that are in place by the state.
Well, stop now. What due process? Which one's in place now? Because everything you saying, we ain't getting.
I'm not understanding
You
what
can.
you're saying.
You don't understand?
I'm not understanding. You're
You
asking
steady
me why
screaming
am I
about
not-
due process.
Look at the camera.
You're screaming about due process and this needs to be
and
this.
public accountability.
Why we don't have it right now?
That doesn't mean that I'm for charter. You cannot make me say that I am
I ain't
for
saying nothing about
charter
no charter.
in every situation.
What I'm asking you is why don't we have it right now?
Why
If you
don't we have
believe in
what?
it that much, why isn't it working
Excuse
right
me,
now?
I'm not going to question the the Constitution of the United States of America. Is it working perfectly? The answer is no. Are we in a democratic republic? The answer is yes. So I'm not going to say that democracy doesn't work. Does democracy work perfectly? The answer is no.
Democracy.
Are we voting for our leaders? The answer is yes. Are our leaders accountable to us as they should be? The answer is no. Do they function more as trustees than they do representatives? The answer is yes. Is this supposed to be a representative democracy? The answer is yes. We vote them into office. Are they representing us? The answer is no.